Yo, what's up guys, DubWar here and welcome back to another Clash of Clans video. Today, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of farming. Nothing too special happening in today's video. We're pretty much gonna go for one attack here in just a second, and then we're gonna come back to our base because we are at 7.1 million gold, so then we're gonna do some upgrades, then we're gonna go for 2 more attacks, and that should wrap up this video. Now, I did do a little small change to my base. Anybody that's actually using this base layout, I decided to actually use the walls on the very top part to make like a little contraption trap sort of type of thing. I don't really know what this is. I just thought this would be a good idea because obviously people do mostly come in from the top right to come for my come into my base for the dark elixir, and so I decided that I was just gonna put a giant bomb up there with like a little trap. I don't know, it might work, might not. I'm gonna test it out, see how it goes, and I guess I'll update you guys on tomorrow's video, or if I don't have any replays by tomorrow, I'm gonna update you guys the day after tomorrow and let you know how that little thingamajig is going. So anyways, here we are with the very first raid. I do have giant healer on me, and this guy is offering me a lot of loot. We're looking at 550,000 gold, 610,000 elixir, and almost 4k dark elixir. So I'm looking at this base like, okay, you know, I could do this. He does have his inferno tower set to single, so that worries me just a little bit because in a sense, the giants are gonna melt pretty quick. That's a given, because once they get to the very center, the Inferno Tower is gonna start locking onto my giants. One by one, they're gonna start going down. So I have to be pretty smart with this. I'm gonna try funnel in as many troops as I can from this one direction. It's not a very smart idea, just because it does really take one giant bomb to set them all off and kill everybody. But it looks like the compartments that this guy has, there's no 2x2 squares on the in the very middle or anywhere towards the middle. So I was thinking to myself like, okay, I mean, what should I worry about, right? A lot, actually. I should be worrying about a lot, because I'm taking a good look at how many troops I have at this point. A lot of my wizards and witches went off to the outside. Yes, a lot of my troops went into the middle. I see a couple wizards in there. My Archer Queen, Barbarian King did go down because I think I used my... Did I even have a free spell? Yes, I did. I did have a free spell, but I used it on the first Inferno Tower, which is not a very good move on my part. I should have kept it for the Barbarian King because I know that he's usually the one that's like the leader of the pack, and he did have 2 Infernos set to single, so I didn't really think that one through. Either way, we're still pushing through this base. I do have all of my healers and all of my giants, and at this point, it's kind of just like a waiting game to see where this actually goes. I had to use the Archer Queen's ability right there because she was just about to go down, and she's going to get a couple more hits on that elixir storage, which puts us in a pretty good position right now when it comes to loot, because he does have quite a bit left, but I did take a very large chunk out, and all he has left right now is actually 150,000 gold and about 70,000 elixir. So seemingly there's also a decent amount in the pumps and mines, so it's a good thing that I actually brought a couple extra archers with me, because they're going to help me out with taking the extra loot out of those collectors, pumps and mines. So at this point, yeah, I don't really know what to do in this raid. I kind of want to surrender because I feel like I'm wasting time, but at the same time, it's like, all right, my giants are still pushing through this base. Might as well see where this goes. So I'm actually just waiting for this to play out. I see that the giants are pushing their way in to where this Archer Tower is, and as soon as they take out this Archer Tower, my troops can actually move up a little bit further and take out more gold and more elixir out of that pump and mine. And looks like this raid isn't going to get much further just because I'm running out of time. We're at 30 seconds. All I have left is a couple giants and like 4 or 5 archers up on the top part of this guy's base. And yeah, time is running out. 15 seconds. A giant bomb goes off there. I still do have 3 of my healers, which is actually very surprising because you'd think that at least one of them would die within this raid, but somehow they all managed to survive. So I don't know how that happened, but I guess that's good in a way because it did help me push a little bit further, and we actually walk away with almost all the resources. We're looking at almost 500,000 gold, 600,000 elixir, and 4k dark elixir. Very nice grab there, and not to mention I am in Masters League, so that's I think that was 110,000 of both resources. Anyways, here we are, back in the base. I'm going to go ahead and do some upgrades because that raid was very juicy. And so I'm going to go ahead and do an upgrade on my Archer Queen, which is going to be 7.5 million gold. Damn. These upgrades are getting pretty ridiculous. The time isn't so bad, 8 days. It's not, you know, it's pretty doable. But it's just the amount of gold that it takes to upgrade it. It takes like a whole entire day to do one upgrade. And I went ahead and did one more wall upgrade on the top right. I kind of want to solidify that area just because it's like I said earlier, a lot of people do come in from that side, so I want to try and make it as strong as possible so people don't get easy access to my dark elixir. And so yeah, just trying to do some more wall upgrades on that side. Other than that, here we are for the next raid. I found this Town Hall 10 base. Now, I personally thought this was very ballsy of me to even attempt to go for a base like this, just because the defensive tower upgrades aren't so good, but the walls are definitely quite scary, especially for someone like me. Usually I try to not look at walls because it's just one more upgrade than like a level 9, right? But I don't know, for whatever reason, walls just freak me out. I don't know, maybe you guys are the same way. I know a lot of people can actually conquer the fear of attacking a base that has maxed walls, but for me it's still kind of scary. And I have hogs on me, and these guys melt. They legitimately melt. So I really got to be careful with this raid. Poison spell went down a little bit too late there. A lot of my hogs are right in the very center, but they're not going to get very much further than that. That Archer Queen is level 32, that Barbarian King is level 30, and I did put a haste spell down in the middle along with a heal spell, but it didn't really do that much. So I'm taking a good look at where we are with this raid, and I'm like, oh, this is such a bad idea. I should have just kept skipping until I found a good base. But regardless, it's a little bit too late to turn back at this point. Might as well keep on going with this raid and see where it ends up. And I actually did save the Archer Queen last second there. That Inferno Tower was about to melt her because it got into stage 3, so I had to pop her ability at the perfect timing. And I actually did manage to get the Town Hall, so we're at 2 stars at 53%. Archer Queen actually does help out in taking out the elixir storage right there. A little bit disappointed though, not gonna lie. With this raid, definitely should not have used hogs, and just because it simply cannot end well with this base design. So either way, yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? It wasn't that bad. We did take out like a pretty good chunk of this guy's base. Well, to be exact, 55% of it. Might as well just say it that way. And for using hogs against a Town Hall 10, that's actually pretty well upgraded. I think that's pretty good. I don't know. I'm definitely not going to be using hogs again against a base like this. I think this was like a lesson learned, but I don't know. We're still walking away with 240,000 gold, 407,000 elixir, and 3.8k dark elixir, so no argument there. I'm pretty happy with those results, but of course they could have been better. Anyways, here we are with the last raid, and I am using Go Wee Wee. Now, I just want to say one quick thing before we actually proceed with this raid. A lot of people seem to have the confusion to think that I actually use this army to farm, which is honestly not true at all. I don't know why people keep thinking that. I actually do this just for pure entertainment. Like, I actually do not farm with this. I don't want to end off the video using like Barch or something stupid like that, so I don't know, I just like to have fun with my videos, you know. I don't actually like to hardcore farm and show you guys how hardcore I am. Like, that's not a fun video for me. I like to like spice things up a little bit with it, and yeah, I just want to get that confusion out of there. I actually don't use this army to farm. That would be ridiculous if I did. When I'm actually farming, I usually use like all archers or something like that, and that's usually not on video because who wants to watch that? No, seriously, like, who actually wants to watch all archer raids and stuff like that? Maybe once in a while just to get a good idea of what it looks like, but definitely don't want to be making a bunch of videos just using, like, simple armies like that. So, anyways, this raid is actually looking pretty good. I managed to get a lot of my troops in the very middle, which is my Barbarian King, my Archer Queen. I did have my P.E.K.K.A. in there. The only thing that kind of sucked is that pretty much none of my wizards or witches followed them into the middle. A lot of them went to the very bottom, a lot of them went up to the very top, and they all got picked off one by one. So I only have like heavy troops, which are like my P.E.K.K.A., Barbarian King, Archer Queen, Golem, all in the middle, but no actual firepower, which is my wizards, and also no like mass spawn of skeletons all over the place, which would be my witches, right? So not looking too good at this point. I'm still gonna go with this raid, obviously. I want to see how much further I can get in, but Barbarian King is about to go down. He's actually pretty low. My Archer Queen decides to move up a little bit and gets hit a bunch by the cannon. So I was like, alright, that's cool, I guess. I still do have a Golem. It's like half health, so I'm kind of hoping that it can tank up a bunch of the damage that's coming in from the Archer Towers and the cannons and all those defensive towers on the bottom. So Barbarian King finally goes down. I still do have a couple wizards on the bottom, but they got taken out by that wizard tower. At this point, I'm really just hoping that my Archer Queen can pull it off here, and I just realized right now that I had a haste spell. I don't even know why I put it down for, like, I just really don't know why I did that. There was really no purpose behind it, because a haste spell doesn't really do much in a case like this. I should have just waited for me to use it later, or even save it for that matter, actually. So I had to pop her ability right there. They're going to break through to the outside. Archer Queen is going to be smart here in just a second, so she's actually going to go ahead and take out this wizard tower. And yeah, that's really it for this raid. There's not much left. I'm taking a good look at what's going on here, and I just realized we still didn't take out all the buildings on the very top. So I'm just sitting there thinking, like, you know what? I don't know. This really is coming down to the wire, because there's only 20 seconds left. And wait, where are my troops? Okay, cool. Thanks, Tesla, that's being upgraded. It just totally, like, ruined my chance from getting 100%, because we were so freaking close. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if that Tesla wasn't there, did I have a chance? Well, no, I still didn't, actually, because they're gonna go for a freaking wall that's, like, they could have just walked a little bit to the left. There's a bunch of open compartments that they could have walked through to get to the outside and take out those buildings, but yet they go for a wall that's... No, I don't even care. Really, honestly, it's the Archer Queen. I am not expecting any miracles out of her. That's something that I'm pretty sure we've all learned by now. God damn it, Archer Queen. Anyways, so... what's going on right now? Let me just think. Oh yeah, by the way, the results on that last raid were pretty decent as well. I think we walked away with about 800,000 total resources, which is quite nice. And I also did win my war. So I did want to upgrade my Barbarian King, but in 6 hours we are getting ready for our next war. So that's going to have to hold off until tomorrow's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please make sure to smack that like button down below. Helps me out a bunch, and I will see you all tomorrow. So peace, guys, and keep clashing.